So good morning to everybody. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? How is everybody doing? Let me adjust this. I like seeing the guys watching me. So, good morning to you all. The topic for today's breakfast show is trapped in the past. Trapped in the past. This is going to be an interesting breakfast show. Trapped in the past. So guys, as you watch me, don't forget to like and share. This program. A lot of people are supposed to benefit from it. So like and share. I'm in the mood to, speak this morning. So guys, where my homies at? Trapped in the past. Well, I don't know who this program is going to be for. But you know, man, I'm speaking like Yankee. My accent, what's it called? I'm speaking like, I've even, see how I've changed my accent. Now, wow. So guys, you're welcome once again. You know, the confidence now, the confidence in me is much. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. But even the oranges I said I was going to eat, I've not eaten it now. Guys, like and share. Well, before I proceed, I want more people to join us. I've got stories to tell you. Yes, I've got stories to tell you. Yes, so you know how we usually do it here. You know how we do it. Yesterday, I promised I was going to go live later around 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. yesterday night, but I wasn't able to go live. But this morning, I'm in the mood to speak. No, don't forget the topic, trapped in the past. Trapped in the past. I remember when I was a little boy, a lot of people bullied me in my primary school days. They bullied me because they said I have thick lips. So every time they tell me, they say I have, they told me I have thick lips. This kind of depressed me back then. I felt very bad, like at the time the thing became a thing of concern to me because there were not everybody, some few students then, like 1, 2 students that usually laughed at me. They bullied me. They said, Hitachi, I see you. You're deaf. You're deaf. Good day to you. So these students always laugh at me. They say I have thick lips. And this bully kind of wanted to make me depressed until I grew up. So when I got to the age of like 15, 16 years, my physical outlook changed. My physical, see, children do change. This is why at times, when you see your primary school mates, secondary school mates, or university school mates, when you see them later on in life, you don't recognize them anymore. You may not recognize them because people change. The facial form do change. Your face, the form of, that is your facial form changes too. as you grow. Yes, that's why even there are people you lived with few years back, and you see them on the road, you meet them on the road, and you cannot recognize them. Even when they tell you, only when they tell you their name, and begin to, when they tell you how you guys, when they call your name or whatever, that's when you remember, say, oh, so you are this, People do change. So when I got to the age of 15 years, Tembi, Cole, is it Cole? Tembi, my South African lady. So when I got to the age of 15 years and 16, 17, people began to tell me, you look handsome, you have good complexion, you look handsome. I said, wow, so I'm a handsome looking man. Why then did these guys, when we were like 7, 8 years, why were they bullying me? Why were they talking down on me? Well, I now discovered it could be these guys, back then, these guys were jealous of me then, because there are people that may be jealous of you. And when people are jealous of you, they like to talk down on you, make you feel like you are nobody. They make you feel insignificant, like you are a nobody. Ikem, that's it. Whenever you see somebody, Ikem, good morning to you. Whenever you see somebody bully you, talk down on you, label you what you are not, when you look it very well, that person is jealous of you. It's no joke. So it was when I got to the age of 19, 20, when, 18 years, 19, when I joined my brother in his business, when I stay in our store, customers come and tell me, you look good, you have good teeth, you have open teeth, you have nice complexion, you have good body, you look strong. Then I wondered, why were these people then bullying me? You see, I did not see, don't allow people to talk down on you. Do not allow people to attack your self-confidence. You always be mentally tough. Don't allow people to, you are beautiful the way you are. You are handsome the way you are. Intelligent the way you are. Some people don't, most of the people you see that talk down on you don't wish to be like you, don't have what you have. Some wish to look like you. Do you understand what I'm saying now? Yeah, so don't allow nobody. However, we are all a masterpiece. That is, we are all beautiful in our ways, the way we look. You got it now. Guys, you're welcome. This morning, this breakfast show is going to be about trapped in the past. Trapped in the past. This is going to be an interesting morning show. And I'm going to tell you guys about people's real life experiences. People that I've met one-on-one, that have shared their story with me. But I'm not going to call names. Some passengers I had when I was driving taxi, what they told me. You see, these were European people also. Talking about European people. So guys, as you are watching me, somebody said I look silly. One guy, listen to me guys. Somebody on my YouTube watching me said I look silly. You see what I'm talking about. I just want to use this guy now as an example. Listen. Somebody watching me said I look silly. You see, this person, first of all, is not happy with his life. Is not happy with his life. And sometimes such a person need help. because he is not happy to see other people. And Bosco, I see you. And he does not want to see other people happy and progressive. This person that said I look silly does not want to see. I'm not going to remove him. I will leave him for him to learn lesson this morning. You are not happy. You know, some people came from broken homes. Some children did not grow up with their parents. And these are the areas we're going to look at this morning. And this is why you should not be mad at everybody. Don't be mad at everybody who misbehaves. Do you understand me? This person, maybe he needed help. Because somebody who was well trained by his parents cannot come on social media and tell a man like me, I look silly. Somebody who has respect for others cannot come online and tell a man he looks silly. So this kind of guy needs help. And I'm not going to remove him. Yes, he needs help. So whenever you meet somebody like this in life, don't be bothered. Don't be upset. Man, I later discovered so many people you meet on the road, so many people you meet in life, a lot of them are sick. Many are suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Many are also having mental issues because of what they went through when they were little or what they have gone through in life. And that is why they are mentally sick. You got it now? So don't always fight people. When they fight you, I keep saying it. Each time I go to my house doctor, I discover that a lot of people are taking medication because they have depression or mental issues. Well, guys, welcome to my breakfast this morning. It's going to be an interesting one. It's going to be an interesting broadcast this morning. As you watch me, don't forget to like and share this broadcast. Invite more people. The topic for this breakfast show is trapped in the past. Trapped in the past. So as you watch me, like and share. And if you are not following my page, you are missing out a lot. Mercy, I see you. Good morning to you. So follow the page. Go to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle RODDY. That's the name. Now you're watching the most popular man in Vienna. Yes, I am the most popular man in Vienna as I speak. Trapped in the past. Now, let me share this story with you. And this story is something you are going to learn from. I just want to spend like an hour with you and then we are done. Or an hour and a half. You know, when I was driving taxi, I met a lot of people. I had a lot of passengers, and some of these passengers, you know, shared their stories with me. You know, there are some passengers you get, and they tell you, they open up because they have nobody to open up to. They have nobody to open up to. So they share that opportunity they have in your car. They tell you their story. So one day, I had a female passenger. A female passenger. Very beautiful woman. That woman should be about 40-something years or thereabouts. Either in her late 30s or early 40s. The woman was like, she was crying at the back seat. She was seated in the back seat. She was almost crying, murmuring like, as the woman, you know, cried a kind of, I then asked her, Madam, what's the problem? Why are you crying? can you please close the door? I asked her, Madam, why are you crying? So she said, she began by telling me, she said, listen to this story. She told me it was said the story is a long story. I said, Madam, what's happened? She said her father assaulted her sexually when she was 7 years and assaulted her for many years. At the age of 7, her father began to assault her. Listen to this story. Her mother was not there. Her mother wasn't there. For those of you that like to abandon your children, whether you are a man or a woman, we are going to touch a lot of issues this morning. So this lady told me, she said when she was 7 years old, her father began to assault her sexually. And she said the father continued to assault her till she got to the age of 13, 14 years. I said, what a father. Man, I'm not talking about stepfather now. I am talking about the biological father that gave birth to this lady. Man, I've never had something like that before. You got it now. Some men are too dirty and evil. There are things ears are not supposed to hear. There are things a man is not supposed to do. Now, before I go further, let me tell you guys a story. Listen to me very well. And this is going to be, a program men are supposed to learn from. Before I continue, I want to share my own personal experience and story with you guys so that you can learn from it. Now, I told you guys I babysat my children, both the girls and the boys. Now, my daughter, when the mother gave birth to her, few months after, she began to work. She went back to her job. I was the person taking care of my daughter from day one. Listen to me. So, you know what it takes to change children, babies, pampers, wash them, bathe them. Now, when my daughter was little, I cleaned her up. I bathed her, cleaned her when she make poo, I cleaned her up. But getting to a particular age, I now called the mother. I said, listen, this is a girl. She is my daughter, but you've got to start cleaning her up because she is growing. I don't want to be doing this now because this is a girl. If she were to be a boy, I would do it. Even my boys, I betted them till they got to even 8, 9 years. I took them to the bedroom and showered and cleaned them up, but not girls. So, not getting to a particular like a year or thereabouts, I called my woman then. I said, listen, you've got to be doing this. The boys are not a problem to me, but this is a girl. Because I know when a small child, when a little child pose, passes excreta, you've got to, sometimes when they sit, you've got to clean them up and the rest of them. I said, for girls, you cannot compare girls with boys or to boys. Do you understand what I mean? So I stopped it. Now, there are things, you as a father, that is why I keep saying that A father, a responsible father is supposed to be around. Stay and watch your home. A girl of 2-3 years is not supposed to be running naked up and down at home. Are you getting me now? This is why you as a father, you need to tell your daughter, go and wear your clothes. Sit properly as a girl. That is what you are supposed to do. That is your role. Go and wear your clothes. Dress very well. Look at how to sit. Growing up, men, our ancestors, real men, then, even they spoke to their girls, trained them how there are ways women are supposed to sit. Listen to me. A woman is not supposed to sit anyhow. When you see a woman sit anyhow in public or even at home, you know that that woman wasn't properly trained. Do you understand me? There are ways a woman is supposed to sit down, unless you are Olosho, unless you are Akunakuna. If you are not a Ron's girl, you need to sit, even sitting, you need to sit responsibly as somebody that was groomed by the parents. Do you understand me? And this is why I said this, I've said it many times. Most women, a lot of women who sent their husband away made mistakes. Yes, some women that sent because of maybe monetary issues or certain issues. You sent the father, unless that man is a useless man. Unless that man is the lowest, is a scum, is a useless man. Then you can send such a man away. But there are roles men play in their children's life. Do you understand me? There are roles men play in their children. You are supposed, growing up. See, this program is for grown-up men and women. Are you listening to me now? See, when I was growing up, women respected themselves so much. Girls respected themselves so much. You hardly, back then, when they wear something like gown, when girls of 14, 15, 16, as they grow up, immediately they begin to develop breast. When they wear gown, you cannot, growing up, when I was a child, you can hardly see any lady wear transparent clothes. No lady wore transparent clothes then. Before any woman will wear transparent clothes, there was what they called back then half shimmy. There was what they called half shimmy. That half shimmy got to like, they need to wear it. Wear it. And this is why somehow, anyway, I don't need to go to that level. And there is also reasons why our mothers wore 2 wrapper. You see them tie 2 wrapper, not 1, 2. So that you cannot see through that 1 wrapper. If they tie 1 wrapper, if they stay, there is a way they will position they will stay, maybe facing or backing the sun. You may see the shape of their legs. So that is why they chose to tie 2 wrappers in order not to show anybody the shape of their body. That one is by the way. Again, when I was growing up, you hardly, I need to call names this morning. I need to call certain things names. You cannot see you can't see any woman's undie. Never. You can never see a woman undie growing up. They covered themselves. In fact, if a woman mistakenly sits anyhow and somebody see the undie, it is like that is tragedy happened. If a woman sits somehow back then when I was growing up, who born you? You cannot even see the legs. Back then, let me tell you, back then, in the 70s, it was difficult to see a woman who wore trousers. I'm not telling you that see, I just want to tell you, they covered themselves very well. They covered, you don't see their legs. You don't. Now, look at today. Go on social media, go on the street. Women openly display, even, that is, they want you to see their undies. They want you to, some don't even, they want you to see their bra. They want you to see their breast. Why do you think a lot of women are like this? Because they do not have upbringing. Because of no societal values, because the parents don't care anymore about, we've lost it. So let me continue with what I was saying. So growing up then, you see men tell their daughter, my daughter, look at how to sit. Don't sit like this. When you sit, you close your legs and cross, or you cross your leg. Sit. I remember back then, my forefathers then cautioned girls, like, sit like a woman, sit like a girl. It got into their brain. And this is what they grew up with. Sit like a girl. A woman is not supposed to sit. You sit in public, and you sit in public and you open your legs. That is disrespectfully. You are not even you are disrespecting yourself. You want to make men see you as a nobody. You don't respect yourself. You understand what I mean? The way you sit, the way you present yourself. That's why so many women are single today. You did not place value in your life. You believe you've updated. You believe that this is a civilized world. This is modern era. But you are messing yourself up. Do you understand me? You are messing yourself up. So what I'm saying is, a man is supposed to be in the life of his children. A man is supposed to be in the life of his children. When you come to this Europe now, or maybe some place in some African countries, you discover many black women want to live European or Western lifestyle. They want to be called independent women. That is, women that are on their own. They are taking care of the children, paying the rent, footing the bills. They said they are independent. They don't need any man in their life. But you are making mistake, because those children you see there, they need their parents. You do not know what. I was married and I divorced. I had a first woman. I was married before and I divorced. I know what divorce is. Divorce is not good for children. Divorce is not good for children. And when you divorce as a father or a mother, you need to be in your child's life. You need to be, if you are not in your child's life, a lot of things will go wrong. Especially the children's confidence. That self-awareness, that confidence, you need to be there for them. So many things we're going to talk about this morning. The other day, I spoke about so many women that are single mothers in abroad. Men, I'm just getting started. So many women that are single mothers in abroad. You had issue with your husband, your ex-man or boyfriend. Let me put it. You had issue with your boyfriend. And you have 1 or 2, 3 children. So, now you said you don't want again. You sent the man away. Or you divorced the man. You said you sent the man away. You brought in now. You went into another relationship with another man who is not the biological father of your children. In some cases, this man, this your new man now, has no feeling for your children. I saw a video where one woman was screaming in Italy about single mothers who usually bring home men, in their homes. These women sent the father of their children away, and every time they bring men home. And these women, I need to call a spade a spade. These women that call themselves single mothers do make love to these men in the presence of their children. Do you understand me? These single mothers, at times, they make love to their boyfriends in the presence of their children. So, and this is totally wrong, because these children will see. These children are seeing all what you are doing, and it will affect them later in life. And sometimes, so many of these children, when they grow, will hate on you. They will hate you, begin to disrespect you. And you will start wondering, when they are small, you can even buy them over with fast food. Like all this fast food, because they are still small. But they see everything you do. The way that your boyfriend is handling you in front of your children are observing it. See, there are things I cannot do with my wife in the presence of my children. Do you understand what I mean now? Yes, because of the respect I have for her and myself. There are things I do not want my children to hear. There are things I don't discuss with my wife when my children are around. There are words I don't use when my children are around. Yes, but somebody who is not the biological father of your children, I'm talking to single mothers now, can use any word, foul languages. He does not care. He's not, maybe he came there for a purpose, either to spend time with you. He does not care about the children. So he can behave anyhow, and you stupidly believe you are in love. You stupidly believe you're in love. But the man, the boyfriend, will be talking anyhow, calling words name in front of the children. Because you want to prove to your ex you got a man. You tolerate rubbish. You accept everything. You want to prove to your ex-husband or ex-man that you can always get another man. So this man came, and he is a bad influence to your daughters and your children, and you are tolerating it. I have also seen cases where boyfriends even messed their girlfriends' daughters up. Some stepfathers even messed their stepdaughters up. It has happened. Do you understand me? And this is why I blame absentee fathers. When we talk about divorce is not actually good. But when you divorce with your wife or your husband, don't be far from your children. Because if you are far from your children, a lot of things will spoil. In my language, they say women cannot train children. No. They say women cannot train children. They still say it. And when you look at it very well, you discover that women are easily manipulated. Sometimes by their girlfriends, sometimes by their boyfriend. So, you need the father of your children. You need them in the life of your children. Even if you don't need him, but your children need their father. However the situation may be, your children, don't be selfish because of the money, this financial support you are getting from the government. Some women are so selfish that they are dragging the children. You want to use the children to punish their father by breaking the contact. You are doing your children. You don't love those children. When some children tell you what they saw because their fathers are absent, women, you need to be very, very wise. Listen, let me tell you. Women, you need to be very wise. Some men don't care. What they do I'm talking to single mothers now. That your boyfriend, what he does in the presence of your children, he cannot do it in the presence of his own child or children. Yes. What your boyfriend do to you in the presence of your children, he cannot do it in the presence of his own children. Do you understand what I'm talking about? So you discover that even I spoke about how girls are supposed to dress, how they are supposed to sit, and things like that. Today's women don't care. You see some children wear gown and the way they sit, you see everything. Nobody talks to them. Nobody shuts them up. Say, listen, you don't dress like this. You are a girl. Sit normal, like a girl. That's the role of a father. Even you as a mother, you are supposed to be doing it. You are supposed to be doing it. Sometimes if you go on the street, you see little girls of 7 years, 8 years. Their mothers don't dress them properly. Their mothers don't dress them properly. When they sit in the train, you see that these mothers, they don't have home training. I told you guys when I was a little boy, growing up, in African culture, before a woman gets married, she go for marriage training. First, the girl needs to go to training, how to be a mother, how to marry a man, how to run her home. Before a girl, at the age of 13, they start grooming the girl on how to raise her children, how to talk to the husband, how to treat the husband, cook for him, how to run her home. Yes. But today, most of these women, so-called civilized, don't even know how to raise children. A lot of them don't even talk to their children. Many don't even know how to dress girls. I've seen some women that I've told you guys stories of women who abandoned their children for their husband and ran away, followed another man. Because they said that man wasn't their spec. You abandoned your biological children for who? And the next woman, their stepmother may mistreat them. Yes, in most cases, the stepmother will treat your own children. You are not there. You are absent in their lives. You don't even have feelings. Say, if I'm not there, if you're not there, what are your children going to go through? Talking about the men and the women now. Who is going to come into their life? A stepfather, a stepmother. How is this stepfather or stepmother going to treat my children? That's what will make you stand your ground. Even when your husband or your boyfriend is messing up, when your woman is, you stand up because of the sake of your children. This was why our mother's generation stood their ground. Even when their husbands were messing up, they stood their ground. They did not move because of the love they had for their children. They said they aren't going anywhere. If they leave, who are they leaving their children for? Who? If you leave your children for the man or the woman, who are you leaving them for? You see, that's why some things I spoke about sacrifice. So many people, so many women you see today sacrificed a lot for their children, and so many men sacrificed a lot for their children. You see some women say, even when their husband misbehave or provoke them, they will say, if not for my children, if not for my children, that's it. Say, if not for their children, they would have left long ago. They would have done certain things. But because of the love they have for their children, they are standing their ground. Even when the husband cheated on them, Even when the husband wasn't providing for the family, they stood their ground. These are tough women. Women that are resolute. They know what they want. But today's woman, every small thing, you did not give me money to buy breakfast. If you don't provide money in a day, they say, nah, they look for a rich man. They look for the next available man and they follow the man. So let me continue with my story. Guys, as you watch me, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle RODDY. Go to my YouTube channel now. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Uncle RODDY. And if you are seeing me for the first time, don't forget to follow this page, this TikTok page. So this passenger I had when I was driving taxi told me, this passenger I had told me at the age of 7 years, the father began to assault her sexually. At the age of 7 years, her father, her biological father, began to assault her sexually. Where was her mother? Where was her mother? Her mother wasn't there. You discover that that 7 years old girl then was in a helpless situation, did not know what was happening to her life. The lady said the father continued to assault her till the age of 13 or 14 years. Now, I will leave this issue, this topic now, this topic a bit now, and talk to people. You see, one mistake a lot of people do, maybe you as a girl, the greatest mistake you can make as a woman is when somebody is messing you up, you don't open up, you don't come out to say it, you don't speak up. Whenever somebody as a child, I know that most of the people that are watching me here are parents. You need to talk to your children. That they should always open up to you. Ask them questions. Talk to them. Tell them that if any man or any woman touch you anyhow, tell me it is not decent. Some girls were raped when they were small, but nobody knew it till today. They kept it, and they are suffering the trauma up to today. They did not speak up. When you speak up, that person who violated you will be punished. Yes. When you speak up, you don't hide evil. When you speak up, that man, that evil man or evil will be punished, will be exposed. Do you understand me? Unless you are enjoying what was happening to you, unless you enjoyed what was, if not, you are supposed to open up. Look at mama, look at what, listen. If I see a man carry a little girl on his laps, I rebuke it. I tell little girls, even little girls say, look, strange men. Sometimes a man who is not your father is not supposed to place you on his laps. He has no right. A man is supposed to respect himself. I never did it with any child. Do you understand me? A man is, you are not supposed to. There is, if you want to show any kind of respect to yourself, you bring a chair, you tell the little girl to sit near you, but not you carrying the girl on your laps. I don't see it as a wise thing to do. And each time I see any man, especially if you are not the biological, whether you are the uncle or whatever, and you place a little girl on your laps, man, you have no respect for yourself. You have no respect for yourself. Do you understand me? You are sick in the head. point now. You are sick in the head. There are things somebody who accords respect to himself, there are things you don't do. I grew up with little girls. Whenever, even when they want, you see this abroad flat, how we live. When they want to go to shower, I move away from that vicinity. When girls, little girls, when my daughters, when they were small, when they want to go take shower, I move away from there, close the door, so that they can do their thing. Yes, that's how I do it. And if you have a stepdaughter or anything, your biological daughter, there are things you do. You don't even hang around where the little girl, whether she's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years, you move away as a man. You teach them these things. Yes, sometimes you need to be harsh. You get it now. If you have, maybe you are not the biological father of the daughter, or even if you are the biological father of your daughter, if she wants to go take shower, wisdom is you don't even stay around that place. You don't. You respect yourself. See, these are children. These are children. Some children, like you see a girl of 5 years, 6 years, 7 years. Most of them are innocent. They don't know nothing. There is a way they will come to you. You shift them. You say, "Now sit down here. This is how to sit." They may come and embrace you, uncle, brother, papa. You carry them and sit them down. Say, "This is how to sit." You remove them from you. Do you understand what I'm talking now? This is being responsible. There is a way maybe your daughter, your stepdaughter will come close to you. You carry them, you shift them, you say, "Sit down here." If possible, you start to teach them. Look, you as a girl, you are not supposed to go close to a man like this. That is why you are a father. Being responsible is not only when you put on coat and tie. There are things that makes you a responsible man. It's not only dressing fine. Talking about what I did. When my daughters were small, if me as a father, there is a way they come to embrace me, daddy, I carry them, sit down there. I sit her down somewhere, sit down my daughter here. Yes. So, you should know. And for you that forgot about your daughter, your son, your children is somewhere, man, you did not do well. You need to reconnect with your children, unless the children don't want, they are stubborn, because there are stubborn children, but you've got to do your best. I was in the life of all my children till they grew. So now, if they decide to see me or not see me, I did my own parts. I played my role. You know, I did my own. I played my role in their lives. So now let's continue with this lady whose father violated, abused sexually. Guys, as you watch me, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle RODDY. That's a way of supporting me. Parental, I see you. And if you are seeing me for the first time, follow this page. This is the program you caught this morning. This is, yeah, we run different programs on this page. This lady now told me that the father violated her, assaulted her sexually for many years, until she moved away from the father. So she said that was what made her, that was what destabilized her life. So she said she was still going for therapy. She was going to therapy. She was still going to therapy or for therapy because of that. Because it affected her mentally. She said after the age of 13 years or 14 years, she did not want to see the father again. She said she never saw the father again for many years. So that day that I carried that woman, she said that did not allow her to marry a husband, and she had no children. Because of what the father did to her, it affected her mental wellness. It affected it affected her psychologically. So the woman was on medication. She was on medication since. So she was on medication, going for therapy because her father, assaulted her sexually. You see, it is not everybody that is strong. Are you getting me now? It is not everybody that is strong mentally. There are people who may have experienced such, but they continued with their life. They do remember it, but they continued with their life. Not everybody is strong to go through it. There are women who suffered rape. They were raped when they were small. They were raped when they were small. But, wait. They were raped when they were small, but it still affects them up to today. It still affects them up to today. Well, let me remove somebody that was just... So some of these women were raped, and some women got over it. Some did not get over it. Some were assaulted sexually when they were small, but they are living with the wound. That is, they told nobody. They told them, and that trauma is still with them. So I titled this morning show, Trapped in the Past. Now let me tell you, there are things you've got to let go in life. Apart from telling people, like, if you have an uncle, a brother, anybody, majestically mannered, good morning to you. If you have anybody that messed you up, you need to open it up. Yes, don't hide anything from your parents, especially if you're, always tell your girls or your boys, listen, tell me everything that happens in your life. Some men and women you see are sick in the head. Do you understand me? Some men you see are sick. You see, they call them pedophile. Some men are pedophiles. They mess little children, little girls up. So that's why you need to be 24 hours watching your children. You need to educate them. Let me share a story with you guys. I have told my boys this story. Let me share this story with you guys. Yes, don't hide anything from your parents. You also need to tell your children not to hide things from you. That's why you need to make your children friends. You need to make them friends. Don't play, I'm your mother, I'm your father. Sometimes you joke with them, make them feel at home so that they can tell you certain things. There could be secrets about them you don't know. Do you understand me? Because when you play bossy, when you play boss, your children, they will like, my father will beat me, my mother will beat me. But when you make them your friend, they open up. You understand me? Yeah, I told you there are some parents who are not enlightened. Some parents are not enlightened. They boss their children around. Don't talk. Now let me tell you guys a story. This story, I used it to teach my boys. I told my boys this story. They were like, Daddy, I said, I've got to tell you so that you be careful. When I was in class 1 in secondary school then, I had a friend. This friend, class 1, that was class 1 and class 2. This friend was always loaded. You know what I mean by being loaded? This friend always had money to buy more, like, what's it called? Meat pie, all those kind of a thing. Was always loaded. And back then, what was reigning then was all these Chinese films. Then a lot of families don't have television. So then, that was when Bruce Lee reigned. All these Chinese films, you go to cinema and watch Kung Fu. Jackie Chan. That was that time. So every weekend, we went to cinema. Like Fridays, you see the cinema hall full, filled up with people, you know. So these guys were always having money to pay for me and pay for themselves. You know what I mean now? They were always having money to pay for me and pay for themselves. Always having money to buy something, like we drank then, mineral then, you know, soft drink. They were always having money. They were my friends. So at a time, you know, some weekends, when I was, you know, staying in boarding school, that class 2, usually weekends, we go to our friend's house to spend the weekend, and then we go back to boarding school. So, you know, that was like, how do I say, a pleasant experience. You went to your friend's home, you know, things like that. So every now, that guy was this person I was talking about, this person I'm talking about now was my very close friend. One day, I went to their place, where their house, their residence. The guy said, he and his, cousin said, we should go somewhere, go visit somebody. I said, okay, boy, let's go. You know, I wanted to belong. I want to be, you know, guy man. I want to be a guy. I want to follow happening guys. Listen to this. They said we need to go somewhere. I followed them. So I remember that time, maybe it was holiday period or what, I couldn't remember. I followed them. Then we went to the house of one man. The man was living in one room. He was living in one room or 2 rooms. This happened over 40 years ago. He was living in either 1 or 2 rooms. In the night, I think that was 1 room, I now remember. So when we went there, we spent the whole day there. Listen to this gist now. Getting to about 11 p.m. in the night, 10 p.m., you know, the man cooked rice, everybody eats. As a novice, I knew nothing. So the man was, you know, this kind of people, you know, this kind of homo kind of man, you know, the way he was behaving, you know, the way he was behaving like a woman. So, what do I know, you know? I wanted to follow guys. Somebody, you need to be very careful. I wanted to follow guys. So, in the night, you know, when it was about time to sleep, the man brought out foam. You know, foam people sleep on. So spread the foam. 3 of us, because we were 3. 3 of us then lay on the foam to sleep for the night. Listen to the gist. Now, around 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning, I saw the man, you know what's up? On these boys, one after the other. After, since you need to be very, very careful. This is why I keep telling people, I say, listen, you need to be careful who you follow, who you surround yourself with. So, because of the way they guru, I saw this man on top of this my friends. After, not tell, this is life. What happened? After, the man began to come to touch me. I said, what's going on? He said, he began to tell the guys to talk to me. I said, now what's going on here? That time I should be like 13, 14 years. I've never experienced such a thing. Man, my eyes saw something. That was the day I saw those guys. That was how I got that contact. The man began to do like he wanted to. I said, no, I'm not. I said, I cannot, never. So the man continued to like pressurize. Luckily enough, it was around 4, it was getting to about 4 a.m. in the morning. Daylight was on. We've started seeing daylight. I stood up, wore my clothes, left. I had no money with me. Because these guys were, those my friends were always the guys loaded, had money. I had to trek that morning to my village. From their village, I had to trek. I was the only boy on the road. Before daybreak, I left around 4 a.m. By the time I got home, my father was alive. My father asked me where I was coming from. He said, where was I coming from? Before I knew the slap he gave me. Up to today, I'm still having problem with the ear. The kind of slap my father gave me, I was seeing stars. I nearly got blind. I was seeing stars. So, because if I had waited for the guy, the man, after the man, each time the man was done with them, the man gave them. The man was the person sponsoring these boys. They were always paying for cinema. That time, Jackie Chan, Bruce Lee was reigning. They were always having money in school. During break, these guys will buy Fanta, Coke, meat pie. They will buy for everybody. I wondered, these guys, where were they getting money from? It was that day that I saw what, I said, so this was what these little boys were doing to get money. Now I told my children, I said, listen, I told my boss, I said, listen, be careful who you call a friend. Be careful who you follow. I narrated this experience to my children. I told my boys this. I said, be careful. Sometimes you think that these are boys, you're following with boys. Some people are dirty. Be careful. I said, so don't allow anybody. Sometimes, if you go close to these people, they may that is, they pass disease. That is, they give you disease. And the person may never recover from it. So, listen to the gist. Many years after, because I later changed school, that was how I saw this, I caught this contact. I changed school and went to boys' senior school then. So, later on, I came to Europe here. Listen to this gist. Later on, I came to Europe. When I came to Europe, I met a man, somebody from their family. When we were introducing, talking about, the guy was, from my place too. I met somebody who know these guys. Man, if you miss this story, you can go to my YouTube and rewatch it. When this program ends, if this program ends, you can go to my YouTube and rewatch it again. So when I came here, listen to the gist. I saw somebody who knew these guys. So I asked, how about so person and the brother? The guy laughed. He said, those guys, they have died many years ago. I said, you mean it? He said, they died since. Before we left, he said they died even late 80s. I said, what happened? He said they were killed, they went into robbery. He said 2 of them have died long. They have died many years, those guys. say they became criminals, and they were, you know what's up? You see, they couldn't stop that money. The man corrupted them at early age. The man corrupted these boys at an early age. They began seeing money at an early age. So I don't know what happened, but along the line, maybe they began stealing because they were used to money. This is why I always say here, don't envy nobody and don't aspire to be like anybody. You don't know how that person is making his money or her money. If it were to be in Europe here, such a man would languish in prison. They will catch the man and put the man in prison. The man is supposed to be in prison. Yes. And then this is why children are supposed to, tell their parents secrets. You've got to, open up to your parents. Tell your parents, if you are a woman, a man, you've got to learn how to tell them. Because there are actions your father is supposed to take. Such men ought to be stopped. Could be that man was doing the same thing to other young boys in the area. Do you understand me? So that's why sometimes you see somebody. I tell you, these guys were always on money, loaded. They were always loaded. Sometimes when I remember this incident, I said, such men are supposed to be in prison like that kind 15, 20 years because that man ruined the life of those boys. He ruined, but the thing about it, those boys wanted to live a kind of life of always going to cinema, eating mama put, buying snacks, buying momo and meat pies and things like that. Do you understand me? This is why you need to learn how to even manage, even when you are broke, when you have no money. Learn how to, even at this age, there are days I don't have money. I know that next time, tomorrow, it's going to be okay. I'm going to get money next time. So I wouldn't say because I have no money today and do what I wasn't supposed to do because I have no money today. And that's why I don't envy nobody. I don't aspire to be like anybody. You got it? Now, that lady did not, let go of that trauma. She was still trapped in her past. She wasn't. When I later asked that woman, I said, lady, how about your father? Did you meet her after that? After what she did to you? Did you eventually come in contact with him? She said yes. She said after, since over 30 years or thereabouts, she saw him once. And he apologized to her for what he did to her. I asked the lady, now I remember, did you tell anybody? She said she did not tell anybody. As at that time, that woman would be like over 40 years or late 30s. She should be like, that woman would be like 43 then. She said she met the father, she saw the father once, and the man began to apologize to her. What he did to her. I said, what kind of apology was that? What kind of a father? This is why I keep telling you, I said, see, your father could be your enemy. Your mother could be your enemy. Yes, don't rule out that fact. Your father could be an enemy to you. Could ruin your life. Your mother could be your enemy too. I just gave you a true life story. And if you see the woman, siblings too, we've gone over that now. If you see the woman, she can no longer recover from it. That woman can never, ever recover from it in life. Guys, as you watch me, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Uncle RODDY. Did you hear the story of one man whose name was Joseph Fritz in Austria here? Joseph Fritz. A man that, assaulted her daughter for years. And that daughter gave birth for him. Birthed 6 or 7 children for him. Nobody knew. If I remember the name of the girl, I'll tell you. They were looking, they thought the girl. They never knew the man was living under the Keller. He was living in Keller. You can go and search for the story. A father impregnated her daughter, and the daughter bore 7 children for him. The man's name was Joseph Fritz. That is, later the states came and renamed the children, separated them. I don't know, it's like the man later died later. When the man later died later. Guys, 1 second. Things they happen now. It's not everybody that is okay. Not everybody is okay. 1 second, guys. Just 1 second. Things are happening. So I'm back. If you go to Google now, you may find the story of that man, Joseph Fritz. I think that's the name. Madam, do you remember the name of that his daughter? That girl that the father impregnated. You remember her name?
But the name of the man is Fritz.
Joseph Fritz. But do you remember the name of that girl then? But they remember.
I did not remember.
I will remember the name of the girl. That was around 1998 or so. Now things are happening. I think that was.
There's another one. They locked the girl in.
No, that's the one I'm talking about. He locked the girl inside the Keller for many years. The girl gave is Campush. I think that's the. It's Campush, but I'm not the first name. Yes. The first name is Joseph Fritz. Yes. If you Google it, you read the story. It's no joke. The father took over the daughter and kept the daughter in Keller, that is cellar, underground. And the daughter gave birth to 6 or 7 children for the father. Things are happening. It was a big case here.
And there's another one where locked the girl in the Keller also. But she
I saw there was a movie about it. That is the day, Joseph Fritz. There was another man that even kidnapped one girl of 10 years. Man, things are happening.
Yeah.
That girl of 10 years, Natasha Campush.
Yeah.
That the girl's name, that one she was kidnapped.
When she was 8 years.
10 years.
She was 10 years, yeah. She kidnapped the girl she come out when she was 21, 22 years.
He kidnapped yes, when the girl was about 21 years.
He built a bunker.
A bunker inside the Keller.
Yeah.
It's okay. Some of these girls, you think that are missing. Somebody kidnapped them, kept them somewhere. Could be. This one, we are talking about the fathers. The fathers. Yes. I just told you guys now the story of a man who assaulted the daughter. Let me continue with this story. So the lady said she later met the man once after that, and the father apologized to her. But yet, she was not able to overcome that trauma. She couldn't overcome that trauma. Kuma, yes, 7 kids. Yes, 7 kids. Natasha Campus, yes. Natasha Campus, you got it.
And later, those girls, they change their identity.
They change, yes. Natasha Campus. Kuma Kabdi, yes. You can, if you Google it, that's why I don't tell you lie. Real life story. The man, the daughter, camped the girl there for many years. The name is Natasha Campus. If I tell you stories, you know, sometimes when you go online and tell people real life stories, some think you are joking. This man, the daughter, in the case of this man, he violated the daughter for many years. The daughter gave birth to his children.
Later they changed the identity of those people. That's
yes, they did.
You recognize the name again.
Yes.
So they changed their name.
Yes. Kuma Kabdi, yes, you got it. The name was, but the identity, all the identity of the children have been changed. You understand me? So, well, you've got to be very careful in life. You as a woman, your eyes should be on your daughters, on your sons. You as a man, that's why you are the guardian. That's why you are the guardian. The parents. It is your responsibility. Yes, it is your responsibility to guide your children. So later this evening, we are going to discuss about divorce and marriage. There are so many women who divorced and they are still living in the past, holding grudges. There are so many men who divorced. They are still trapped in their divorce thing. They cannot let go. So we are going to go into it. I mean, look into these issues. And I may bring people up. That is, you may make a request, I bring you up, you say your opinion. Well, guys, you already know my name. My name is RODDY. You know how we do it. So, if you are seeing me for the first time, give me a follow. Let's grow this page. I want us to hit 26,000 followers now on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok. And if you are seeing me on YouTube, subscribe to my channel. That's a way of showing support. I bring it real to you. Kuma Kabdi, you say my name means bread. In RODDY is a tough name. So Molly, see you later. So guys, see you all later in the day. I'm going to go live later. So I'm going to go live later. RODDY is the name my father gave to me. I have many names. I have many names. Kuma Kabdi, thank you, I appreciate you. So guys, hope you enjoyed this breakfast show. I'm going to come back later in the evening or during the day. Yes, in a few hours time, I'm going to go live again. And we are going to sit here together, tell stories, keep ourselves busy. There's not going to be any boring moments on this page. So bread means money in the hood, in the hood. So my name is money. That means I'm going to be rich. Bread means money in India. That means I'm Kabdi. That means I'm going to be rich. Yeah, thank you. My name is money. Thank you for informing me. That means whenever people say RODDY, that means money. Oh, I need it. Money, you enjoy the broadcast. So any of you who just joined, you can go to my YouTube channel and rewatch this broadcast. Go to my YouTube at Uncle RODDY, rewatch this broadcast. Your Prince, that's my father gave me the name. In fact, when I was growing up, people knew me as RODDY. Though I have other names. You know, people know me as RODDY. You got it. That was the name my father gave me. I have 3 names. Yes, RODDY, that's my name. Everybody called me RODDY. Growing up, I was, you know, popular in my area. So, guys, one of my Indian brothers said, or lady said, my name is money. RODDY means money. So, Kabdi said my name means money in Indian language. RODDY means money in Indian language. Japanese want to know where I grew up, where I germinated from. That's my secret. That's my secret. You want to know where I germinated from. So, guys, I'll tell you some other time. So, guys, take care of yourselves. Thank you for your support. I appreciate those that liked, those that shared, and those that, gave me gifts. You guys are great. You see, the page is growing, you know. We keep pushing. So tonight, I'm coming out with. I'm coming out tonight. We are going to discuss the issue of marriage, divorce, and the rest. Hopefully, I will not come up with another topic. You know how we do it. Sometimes, when I come out, something else will enter my head. So, guys, take care of yourselves. Enjoy your day till later in the day when I will come out and tell you stories again. So, guys, take care.